Hey folks, Quilly18 here, and welcome to another episode of Let's Play Football Manager 2017! Now, I don't know when this episode is going live. I'm recording it before the holidays, which unfortunately means probably a lot of awesome and very helpful comments have come in about, what to do during the trading period. But it is what it is. It is now over, and we have done a few trades, including a last-minute loan pickup of Sean McCurdy over here. Again, what I was doing is going through the scouting tables here and really just trying to find people available for a ideally free loan, since we don't really have any transfer window left. I mean, we could have had a little bit with our wage budget adjustment, but I think it would be nice to save a little bit of money for the club since our finances are not as good as I would like. And I basically went around shopping for a good player in a position where we could use a little bit more stuff. And what I ended up with was picking up Sean McCurdy over here, who is an 18-year-old Scottish guy from the Hamilton Academical, which are in the Ladbrokes Premiership over here, I guess. I don't know. Sure. All right. And he is a midfielder over here. He's super comfortable as a central midfielder, but also a very, very, very accomplished even in other roles. Like, for example, if we want another ball-winning midfielder over here. Still quite young. Some of the mental attributes really could use a little bit more development. In particular, determination might mean that he's a bit moody at times. We'll see how that goes with his morale. But, decent spread of sort of average numbers everywhere. Nothing that really jumps out as super huge, but very solid across the board. Good strength, good stamina, good pace. Not great, but good. And so on and so forth, with some potential to improve. So I picked him up on 2-year loan, which I think the AI shouldn't be as willing to do that. Yes, we don't own the team afterwards, and that is, or own the player afterwards, which is a valid concern. But in the meantime, we can really get a lot of use out of this, and then we'll figure out what we're going to do. Next season's problems are, next season's problems. So we've got him picked up. I'm going to be using him as a secondary sub-in over here. It's worth noting Jordan Hart, our true sort of backup goalkeeper over here, has picked up an injury. He's going to be out for 5 to 6 days. So, okay, Greg Fleming is still here as our substitute goalkeeper for Ross. He's not happy about it. He's wanted by a few clubs, and he's unhappy, but, there it is. He's requested, he's transfer listed by request over here. He really wants to leave the team. So we'll see if he gets any offers, or maybe he'll just run out his contract. I don't know. Nicky Devlin still out for an extended period of time with a sprained ankle, 5 to 7 more weeks. Robbie Crawford's going to be out between 8 days and 2 weeks. This is another midfielder over here. So Sean McCurdy over here is going to be coming in as a substitute instead of Michael Wardrop for our next game against Hibernian here. Again, an away game. It's going to be very difficult. We're going to focus on defensive positioning. We're going to be playing a direct counter style. No extra instructions put in there. We're hoping that the counter style will the more direct passing will actually encourage us to use the fullbacks should they move up for something like that. And we'll see Geegan's in a nice position here as ball-winning midfielder. It could work out. We'll see how it goes. There you go. There's the official close of the transfer window. This actually next couple of days might take a little while to go through. Oh, there we go. We've got an offer that's come in for Greg Fleming. They just want to loan him until the end of the season. When would it start? Probably immediately. Where do we see that? Where do we see when the loan starts? Duration. Squad status. He'd be first team on Livingston. Livingston is Ladbrokes League 1. Okay, so we're not going to be playing against him. He's going to be in that. He can be played in Colmat. He can be recalled, which is nice for us if we do need him back. Adequate training facilities. Yeah, I don't know. I guess that's fine. Sure. I'm going to say yes. It's not that he's no longer wanted. This is our news. We're going to put in no instructions. We're going to make no comment. We're going to go ahead and do that. It'll be a little annoying if he's not available for this match. I'm kind of worried that he won't be. Because then, yeah, there it'll be completed. I guess we will accept that. We're still paying for him right now, but I did promise I would do it, so we're going to get ahead and do that. I feel bad for Greg. He's really not getting the play. We're loaning in someone who's a little bit stronger than him. Yeah, I'm really concerned about the situation here. It's possible that we'll be able to put what's his name? I don't remember his name. Our other goalkeeper on the substitute list for the next game, but I'm not entirely sure. What his injuries are going to be? 5 to 6? Yeah, probably not. But yeah, Greg, we can't put you in there. You're away on loan, so I'm sure that's not going to let me do that. Interesting. I mean, I can put Jordan Hart in the list. I don't suppose we've got someone under 20s that can be brought up, do we? Oh, these are people playing from the other side, and then we've got some generated people. So we'll see what happens for the actual game. Probably it's going to be okay. Oh, Queen of the South are making an offer for Mr. Boyle. Mr. Paddy Boyle, who tends to play as a substitute for us. He's made an appearance actually in a total of 15 games for us. He does see a fair amount of play. We did pick up some extra defensive depth recently, so we may not need him as much as a substitute. What's the situation here? He is wanted currently. What's his contract like? Until 2018 next year. I kind of think we're going to have to say no to this. I think Paddy Boyle still has a lot of play open. I think he's going to see a lot of play. Okay, he only plays in the left wing. Really? He's not a center defender at all. Literally just subs in the left. Is that true? Huh. Just the sub for Crane. But he does see a fair amount of play. He hasn't scored or anything like that. His performance has been relatively decent. It'll be a little sad to lose him, but I can't make a defensive case for needing him exactly. Except that we don't have another substitute on that wing, do we? So squad depth in the defensive left is... Magat theoretically could move over there, but we're always going to play in the middle. So really it's Caleb Crane, Paddy Boyle. Oh, we did pick up Ricky Lammy. That's true. That's true. Ricky, who can play in many, many different positions, and I think that's going to be okay. He's technically not better than Paddy on there, but I think that's a bit misleading. Paddy, if we go and compare you with Lammy here, what are we looking at? So Paddy's got better mental stats, and slightly better at attacking. But in every other way, Ricky Lammy's going to be a little bit stronger. Better at defending, better at physical. Speed's even. Ricky Lammy's got better vision, much better aerial presence, which is why he's actually going to be a center defender, but he's going to have the flexibility to play on that wing. It might not be a terrible idea to give him up. Wow, after 50 appearances, they'd pay me an extra $500? That's crap. Okay, so he's going to pay me 1.5 up front, then give me an extra $650 over 12 months, which is fine. Let's see if we can't bring this up a little higher, because this value's a lot higher than this. Listen, tell you what I want is something more like this. 5K up front, then you're going to pay me another $2,000 over the next year, bringing the total payment up to $7,000. The after league appearances really doesn't make a difference to me. Transfer date immediately. Could even do an end of the season. They probably won't be willing to go for it. But yeah, we'd be getting 7K. Here, I'll remove this. We'd be getting 7K. A little higher than his value. They may not be willing to do that, but we can start the negotiation here. I think it's probably all right. So, wow, no, they're really not willing to pay much. So I don't think I'm willing to go for it. I mean, we can make it something like 6K. No. All right, I'm going to reject the offer. The offer is not good enough. Reject all offers of lower or equivalent value automatically. There we go. So we're going to keep him there for now. That's going to be fine. It's not like he's unhappy with the team, and it's not like we're not using him. Transfer window closes. Yeah, these couple of days are going to be really slow. Part of me wonders if I should have fast-forwarded through here, but there's going to be a lot of trade action going on here, so that's going to be fine. Leading up to probably a devastating loss against Hibernian away. Grind. St. Mirren has done that. Apparently, who is it? I think Geegan is 3rd overall in the league for interceptions, which is very nice. We had a stat about that with Air. We're really good at intercepting passes. And I mean, that's pretty clear, I think. When we play our games, our pass completion tends to be about 80%, and their opposition tends to be sitting at 65% or so. So I think both were relatively good at executing the passes. See, that's interesting in the social feed. I really don't get the criticism about this one. Where was that? I'm just saying, but the loan makes sense. Some people were, I can think of several people I'd rather get rid of. Oh, they're not happy that I got rid of Fleming over there. And yeah, so there's a bit of critique. Some of the fans aren't super happy about my pickup of McCurdy, but he was He was free, and I think he's going to see play, so I think it's going to be all right. Training report, excellent, good, wonderful. Should actually read that a little bit more, but I know that February the 1st here is still going to take a while because it is the closing day. I did decline to take part in the trade day sort of like insanity of like every tick is an hour and then you do a lot of news talking and that sort of thing. But I don't think we've got any more trades to do or can do. I'm expecting a few more offers. We've gotten some solid players around here, but we want a little bit more cash, I think, for some of these. Board confidence update. They're very happy about things. I mean, we're doing really well in the base competition. Club philosophies they're not happy with. What are our club philosophies supposed to be? We're supposed to play direct football. Disappointed with the way the team has played in the pitch vastly. Yes, right. I did promise to play more direct football, and for a while I was playing short play. So we're going to switch actually entirely over to a lot more direct football, because I think that actually has shown to be a little bit better than the short passing style that we've tried a couple of times now, and I think it hasn't worked out super well. So let's keep advancing. Go, 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 go. Bunch more. Lots of international games. Actually, I don't know if they're international or just happening in France. The FR over there. I don't even know if that's what the FR stands for. Nope, there we go, Netherlands. So I don't know if these are just, domestic foreign games. It's kind of a funny thing to say. Or if they're actual, like, international competitions. Gavin Skelton was sacked by the Queen of the South. Ooh, they sacked their manager. Ooh. All right, some scouts reports coming out there. There's still quite a bit of scouting going on. Also, before the next trade period comes up, I will try to make a more dedicated effort to hardcore scout some people for certain positions going forward. We'll see how it goes. Overall, I'm kind of okay. We didn't get anything really up front, and maybe we're overpaying for too much defensive type stuff, but I don't know. We're not, picking up 5-star kind of players isn't really viable for us. Peter Murphy was injured. What the hell injury bullshit is going on here? Look at this. Look at this madness. Face the impossible. Yeah, well, especially Ross Doherty was injured too? Okay, oh yeah, and I've got to hit some buttons. 2 months. Injured following a fall. Broken collarbone. We use the club doctor. Right, and Peter Murphy over here. Oh, there's nothing for me to do over here. He's going to be treated by the club's physio. So, you can't be in here. So I guess we're going to be starting Sean McCurdy. Look at all these fucking injuries. Jordan might be fine as a sub. It'll depend. It's tomorrow. We'll get maybe a report pre-match. Then we'll figure out our substitutes going in there. But I'm not as worried about this game because I expected a loss going into it. The problem is going to be the next game. Well, the next game's a cup, fifth round of a cup where we've achieved our goals over there, which is fine. I guess we've got basically 2 weeks before our next real league match, which is important. Okay, Jordan Hart has passed his fitness test, so he is still a little bit sore. Ideally we're not going to play him, but we do need a goalkeeper to be on the substitute list for the game. So here's our team selection. Obviously, we're not going to be doing Peter Murphy. We're not going to have Ross Doherty in here. So what kind of subs do we have? We have one person who can defend on the left. That's about it. Michael Rose can technically be an extra defense in the middle. That's good. We've got Alan Forrest for Harkins and Craig McGuffey for the strikers. We really need a little bit more defense. Ideally, another midfielder in here, maybe. I guess Michael Wardrop is going to be in there for the midfield. And then for the defense, Grant Thorburn, I suppose. Yeah, this is going to be a little bit rough. It was going to be rough in the first place, but now it's going to be turbo rough. We're not playing the control one. We're doing the counter mentality over here. Counter, more defect. Yes, that's what we're doing. I could sit Geegan. Well, actually, no, Geegan doesn't like to sit further back. If I do that, it's Doherty that takes that role. So we're definitely going to play Geegan right in the middle over here. That's going to be fine. I could position my people even more defensively minded than this. That might not be a bad idea. McCurdy over here is actually not a bad scorer. Right? Long shots, 8. finishing 7 is not terrible. There's a possibility he can get something done. I think I'll leave him on support, and we're going to do this. Oh, man, this is going to be brutal. Yes, we have to give a squad number to Sean. He's going to be number 31. Excellent. Guys, this is going to be not pretty. And again, it's not this game or the next game I'm worried about, right? This game, probably a loss, although it'd be nice not to lose with a massive goal differential. I suppose we could go in turbo defense mode or something like that to prevent that from happening. It's an idea. 6-1. There's such a huge favorite. My God. All right, well, we are going to tightly mark, close them down right away, and tackle them hard. These guys over here, that's going to be fine. And then the rest will just go ahead and close them down if they've got the ball, the people on the flanks. And that would not too many people marked, hopefully not too many people being pulled out of position. We'll have to give that a try. Listen, we're going to be cautious and say, huge underdog, no pressure. Yeah, you're going to be relaxed. I don't know if that's the mood I want necessarily. But, oh my God, this is going to suck. We've got this, then we fight a Premier team. So again, 2 sort of expected losses in a row. So in a sense, the pressure is off, although we're going to be going into our next proper Championship League match with really miserable morale. So that's fun. I can make individual speeches, but no. Start match. Are we starting? Oh, I can feel the hard drive grind up as it was loading up some graphics. Okay, there we go. I'm like, what is going on here? Well, we start with possession. That's great. I was worried they were passing over a dude, but that's just the ref. Okay, that direct play. I think that's what's going to pay off. Crane, can you get the cross? That actually looked really good. That had a lot of potential. It was going right for Thomas. It did get intercepted, but I think that's potentially going to open up a lot more opportunity for us, especially in these more defensive plays. So direct play style, get out to the flanks. This Boyle guy. Oh! We're going to get destroyed. We're going to get absolutely slaughtered. So that was Brian Graham. Just out of curiosity, what position is he in? Oh, yeah, okay. So, I mean, we can't shut down Brian any harder than this unless we specifically man-mark him, and I don't think we're going to start doing that. I think there's generally going to be people on him. We're going to see that in a second. Once these 3D graphics load in, we're going to see exactly... Come on! Get in here. Get in here. Should have this on an SSD. So was it... So there's Boyle. I mean, he's got to thread the needle between 3 of my players here. And it was too tall. Lammy, ball was too high. He couldn't really aerial challenge that. And Graham actually did have to do a pretty crazy header to get it in there. You know, that was actually, I got to say, that was 10 out of 10 by the opposition there in that it wasn't like sort of a dumb situation, I would say. In that, like, that was just a miraculous header that I don't know if you could really, really stop it. If Lammy was, you know, maybe a couple of meters further to the right from that point of view, maybe he could have challenged for the header, but that was about it. It was a hard shot that these guys just pulled off with, like, super pro. Can't find any shots, and we're not keeping the ball. Keep on sight. I mean, we're only 30 minutes in with only 1 shot, but I think that's to be expected. That being said, you know what? Actually, hit early crosses, shoot on sight, I think is actually very reasonable. We kind of sort of have to get lucky. I think we kind of sort of have to get lucky. And we're just going to have to, like, hope that we can get something in there with a miraculous shot that just gets lucky. And yeah. It's not exactly a happy situation to be in, but I think, oh my God, they just take the ball away. Brighton's so good. They're too good. They're really a league above us. They're easily going to get promoted, I think, here. Moore can't get it over to Thomas. He just gets punted. Harkins to Moore, who's pinned in again. I mean, it feels like our team's playing quite fast, actually. Moore does try that long shot, and you never know. It might happen. It might happen. And actually, that's not even with the new directions in there yet. Remembering the shot's too far to make threat. Struggling for possession. Yeah, no, I mean, we're 47%. It's fine. We have taken a lot more shots now as a result of that change. Crossing's been poor today. That does not surprise me. Always ignore. Make changes to what? Remove hit early crosses. You know what? I think that's going to be okay. We'll remove that because, yeah, our crossing, no one's on our team's particularly good. I'll probably recommend the low crosses as well because we don't have the tall strikers. And yeah, we kind of want, if we're going to do anything, it might be getting Crane deep to the byline again like that and setting up for what had a potential for a really nice cross. Now, we're only 1-0 down in the first half. We've certainly seen a lot worse than this. Of course, we've got kind of a defensive footing going on here. Graham to Cummings, easily just drops it in there. Doohan wasn't even remotely close to the right position. 50th league goal for Hibernian on Cummings. Wow. Look at the big screen, huge audience over here. Actually might be getting a decent portion of the gate. We're just going to be completely outplayed. And our odds of getting that lucky goal is starting to get smaller and smaller here. We haven't been good enough. We understand. Yeah, well, I'll be reluctant to say. Conley, expect to see a much better showing. I don't want to be too much pressury. Yes, people are going to look frustrated. I totally get that. I mean, we're missing 5 of our players. And this is an away game against a much, much better team. Even with all our players in here, it feels quite unlikely that we probably would have gotten away with a win here. But I don't know. How the fouls? 7 over here. No yellow cards. I need to keep a closer eye on the referees so that I know if I should tell my people to get more stuck in or whatever. We couldn't even take the ball away from him over here. Kalen Crane just couldn't pull it off. He's harassing Boyle, and it doesn't matter. Boyle is just able to dribble like a madman and keep the ball away. I guess we could try go ahead and like get stuck in here. It might draw some, penalties or something that would be very bad. And certainly getting someone yellow carded out because if someone is on a warning or getting a red card would also be quite poor. And we're just going to dump the ball aside. Actually, I think there's someone who's going to be suspended for the next cup game anyway. Yeah, sure. We'll shut you down. It's fine. Crane gets it over to Harkins. Harkins, I believe, was taking a shot there. All right, we're going to get rid of shoot on sight. Nah. No. Never mind. I still think we need, a miracle goal. Just keep trying. We're exceeding the shots. Kalen Crane's been quite error-prone today. He hasn't been, ripping people down very effectively, and it would be nice if he could. But, again, do we have the sub? Well, actually, we do have Paddy Boyle here. I guess if, there's specific errors being called out, we will go ahead and do that sub. Jamie, you know what? This would be a good opportunity to get Craig a little bit more practice. Both Craigs. Craig and Craig at the front. There we go. We're going to do that. I think that's going to be okay. It's still early for double subs. Undo the last one. We'll bring Craig McCuffey in later on. It's going to be fine. Here's a corner from Magat. And, no, it does get knocked away, but Kearney's going to be able to keep it in the offensive zone. It looked like he just decided to hand the ball over to this Graham fellow. Although Lammy does get in there with the intercept. Fantastic guy. There's our substitute. Get Kalen Crane out of there. Wait a little bit longer, and then we'll do the Craig and Craig pairing up front. That was going to be an attempted tackle by Boyle, but they got the ball away before he could get there and decides to pull back rather than draw a massive penalty. Boyle does get it to Thomas. Thomas, struggling to find a position, is going to try to pass it to McCurdy in the middle, who does take a long shot over there, and that's that. All right, you know what? Let's get rid of it. I mean, I think we would have gotten probably 2 shots on goal without that. Maybe we would have gotten more. Maybe we would have gotten up to 4 or something like that. Maybe we would have had quality. Who knows? Maybe it'd be a 2-1 game right now and there'd be a lot more drama. I don't know. Moore with another really long shot over there, and he's not particularly good at doing that, so. All right, we'll get it out and see what happened, what we can do. I mean, we could instead wait for more overlap and really try to do something kind of crazy. The other thing we could do is we could try to play, more aggressive here, but I think that would just result in a 3-0, 4-0 loss, and it would be more goal differential. Not that it's a big deal, but it could be a thing. Anyway, at the 60-minute mark, I'll go and sub in a new striker. Just see if we can note him. McCurdy's seeing a lot of play here. Tends to be in a good position. Completes a lot of good passes. Oh my God! That looked like it had a lot of potential. That is fantastic. Paddy Boyle getting in the corner, but nothing did happen there. Does get the ball back, and then that'll be a throw-in for us, which is something to be said. All right. Boyle, Geegan. Geegan gets to McCurdy. Quick pass to Thomas. I gotta say, oh my God, if Moore had just gotten there a little bit sooner. I gotta say, McCurdy seems to be, taking that. He seems to be doing very well. His first touch seems to be great. Look at that Cummings guy. Jesus Christ. Oh my God. Oh, over to Moore. We get the tackle away. Moore's going to have a hard time finding a target, though. Barely gets this to Harkins. Back to McCurdy, who's first touch and insta-pass every time. Harkins gets it way up to Thomas, who's forced to take a long shot, even though we did remove those directions. And yet, can't get anything done. Okay, so let's try Craig and Craig. Maybe two people with the same first name can get the work done. I mean, Jamie Thomas is one of our better strikers, but let's do it anyway because it's kind of fun and entertaining. We're going to wait another 10 minutes before using our third substitute and see what we can do. Big goal kick from back there. Actually, more of a free kick, I suppose. They've got possession of the ball. Good defensive line going on here. Good coverage, it feels like. They are ready to go right through our defenders over there if they've got the ball, and they probably got the speed to do it. Oh my god, that was nearly there. Cummings with the long shot that gets tipped by Doohin, but not enough. And just like that, it is indeed a 3-0 game. I don't think we need to see this replay. That's going to be perfectly okay. Yeah, we're going to get slaughtered. And I think our next game is against the Premiership team as well. And it's going to hurt. But I have to say, I'm feeling McCurdy. I'm very happy with his pickup. He seems to just be playing like there's some solid passing moves going on there. It feels good. He seems to be, I think he might have a good off the ball. Actually, that's a good question. Let's take a quick look at him. Where are you over here? How's your off the ball? So your vision's 10, teamwork 13, off the ball 11. That's nice. Anticipation is 9, which is fine. He's only 18. This guy's going to be very good going forward. It'd be interesting if we might be able to actually pick him up outright once we get a transfer budget again. I'm willing to bet they would be asking a lot for him. He's got the good passing and the first touch of 9. Yeah. No, he's really nice. Let's cancel that. We're making a change. We'll make another change at 70. Oh, there we go. Kearney getting in there. Harkins back to McCurdy. Easy pass. Oh, very fast passing stuff. I'm digging. I don't know if this is the more direct play or what's going on here. Oh, that was an interesting little toe by Harkins to send it over to Kearney. Moves it forward more, but he's completely hemmed in. Harkins forced to try a long shot. No good. We've got a lot of shots still. I did take away the shoot on sight. I mean, we could work the ball into the box, but I'm willing to bet that would mean we'd probably never get a shot again. Doohin gets his hands on there. It looked like it was going past him for a second, but I think that's just the way the graphics are represented in the 2D mode from time to time. McGuffey's in a perfect position to go and gain control of the ball. Few good headers there, but eventually Hibernian do get control over it again. There's this Cummings guy again. Long bomb from a million miles away, and it's still directly on target. Doohin was able to see that one. Just about time for another sub here. I mean, we could wait longer just in case of an injury, but at this point, this might just be a good time for us to like play some of our people who don't tend to see a whole lot of action. Why not, right? Alan Forrest still aiming for a little bit of sharpness, so let's go ahead and bring you in for Harkins over here, and then you need to change your role because you don't do the on Gotch. We're going to play you as an advanced playmaker in a support role over here. That's going to be fine. Okay. Remember the bookies, you had to risk $6, or pounds, I suppose, £6 just to win £1 if you're betting on Hibernian. Although, if you did bet on us and we did win, you would have been extremely wealthy. But as we can see, that was not likely to happen here. I think we've held our own against this team a little bit better before. I have to check our history. Not exactly sure how we've done every time. Purdy's got the ball. Nice big pass to Boyle over someone's head as well. Yeah, I'm digging this kid. I'm really digging this kid. Moore with a beautiful pass to McGuffey, who unfortunately, too many people around for him to try to dribble towards the net. If he started, like, the pass was directly to him, if he'd been sort of moving and picked up the pass on the way, he might have had enough momentum to carry him past the defenders, although it would have been tricky to do that and not also get offside. Worth the long shot, though. Oh, no! All right. Tell you what, for the last few minutes, let's go ahead and work the ball into the box and see what that might do. Probably nothing, but you never know. I'm not going to switch this to full attack, or am I? No, I'm not. I think just control and counter is quite good. Possession has been fine, basically 50-50. Another big long shot from McCurdy over there, although the new changes hadn't come in yet. But I gotta say, he's done like decent stuff. 7 of our shots have been on target. So it's not like our risks have been that bad. It's the fact that they're... Seriously? I've never seen a corner kick that bad. I've never seen a corner kick go that badly. I think a lot of our regular corner takers are out of commission here. All right, 1 extra minute. And that is that. Well, 3-0 is kind of sort of where I expected this to go. It still hurts. And again, it's going to hurt our morale, and it's not going to be improved by the fact that our next game in a cup is going to be against another premiership team. Listen, the point, I'm not going to say anything. I'm just not saying anything. I don't know. I could yell at them, but it's fine. Okay. So yeah, that's that. Next on the schedule is going to be Ross County over here. And again, I'm not wrong, right? That's Premier? Yeah, there it is. Premiership team over there. It's in the Cup, which is a little less critical for us. Andy Geegan is suspended for that, and we're still going to have a bunch of injuries, so we'll have even fewer people to play with. But hopefully, by the time we get to Dumbarton on the 18th of February, so so exactly 2 weeks from now, oh yeah, it's just going to be Saturday, Saturday, Saturday. I mean, Saturdays are most common over here. We do have a midweek game over here against Wraith. Hopefully, some of these injuries will have subsided. I don't know. Guys, it's going to be a rough few weeks. Really rough. Thanks for watching. See you next time.